Howdy, fellow citizens of the digital agora. Uncle Diogenes again, back at the digital campfire. Slow down. Sit a while. Give Uncle Diogenes a moment to listen. Original by me. The analog dog. Nettles to nutrition. Shut up, libtard. We won. Get over it. I heard that this week. Then a movie. Then some documentary about somewhere else. Here, in the air I breathe. And friend, I want to be honest with you before we go one step further down this trail. I hear its twin just as often, coming from the other direction. Same volume, same venom, different jersey. Two barks, and here's what broke my heart about it. Neither dog was wrong about the other one. They were only wrong about themselves, each one looking at the other. Absolutely certain they were staring at a fool on a chain. Never once feeling the collar around their own neck. I've been sitting with that. Sitting with the way you sit with a stone in your boot for 10 miles because you don't want to stop walking. Somewhere on that walk, a line came to me. I'm going to give it to you now, plain. And then we're going to spend our time by this fire, taking it apart together. When a society externalizes its hopes, when it externalizes its dreams, when we yield our curiosity for the team in the arena, or the buffet in front of our eyes, be it food or information, that is when we begin to rot. That's the whole sermon. If you're in a hurry, but nobody comes to a campfire in a hurry. So pull up a log. Edison's already claimed the warm spot by my feet, as is his constitutional right. And let me tell you why I call this one Nettles to nutrition. The foundation. There's a plant that grows all through the Great Lakes country. Stinging nettle. Every kid up here learns it the hard way. You brush it once, your skin lights up like you insulted it personally. And you spend the rest of your life giving a wide berth on the trail. Here's what most folks never learn. Nettle is food. Good food. More iron than spinach. My Anishinaabe ancestors knew it. My Irish ancestors made soup from it, when soup was the difference between spring and starving. The sting and the supper grow on the same stalk. The only people who eat well from a nettle patch are the ones willing to get scratched. That's my work, Fred. That's my whole method of this campfire. I don't harvest certainty. The pundits have that field pretty well stripped. I'm a forager. I go into patches everybody else walks around because they look painful. I come back with what's actually growing there. And a dog doesn't fear brambles. Doesn't mean our coat doesn't snag in the briars. It just means we're built for this ground. So tonight, we're walking into a nettle patch. 3 stalks in it. First one is hope. Second is dreams. And the third is curiosity. And I'm going to sting you a little with each one, myself included. Because Diogenes carried the lamp to find an honest man, and first face it ever lit was his own. Stalk One, externalized hope. Let me ask you something, and don't answer fast. When's the last time your hope lived in your own 2 hands? Now your optimism, that's cheaper stuff. I mean hope, the load-bearing kind. The kind my great-grandfather Daniel had shoveling coal at 87 years old. The kind that says, tomorrow is partly my job to build. Because here's what I've watched happen to my neighbors, to the country. And if I'm honest, some seasons, to me. We took hope and we moved it outside ourselves. We externalized it. And I want to be careful with the word because it matters. I didn't say we outsourced it. When you outsource something, you still own it. You just hired somebody to do the work. No externalizing is worse. Externalizing means the thing left the building. The muscle that used to make it went quiet. Where'd it go? Look around. It went to the team. It went to the party. It went to the man on the stage and the woman on the screen and the account with the check mark who promises that this November, this ruling, this indictment, this election is the one that finally fixes it. And friend, here's the sting on the stalk. That transfer feels wonderful. That's the trap nobody warns you about. Handing your hope to somebody else who doesn't feel like decay. Feels like relief. Somebody else is carrying it now. You can just watch, cheer, refresh the feed, and wear the colors. But hope is a muscle, and muscles that don't work don't wait around. They atrophy. And the people whose hope has atrophied will do the one thing atrophied hope always does. It starts scanning the horizon for a savior. Rome knew this. The Republic didn't fall because a strong man kicked the door down. The Republic fell because generations of Romans quietly stopped being the place where Roman hope lived. And once the hope was homeless, any Caesar with a confident voice could offer a room. The savior doesn't create the vacuum, friend. The vacuum creates the savior. So when you see your countrymen left, right, doesn't matter, pinning everything on one human being, don't sneer at them. That's atrophied hope, looking for a home. It's a grief, not a punchline, but it is a rot. Stalk Two, externalized dreams. Second stalk, this one stings deeper because this one's personal for damn near all of us. Dreams. I don't mean the sleeping kind. I mean the kind you build with. It's a picture of a life that pulls you forward through the hard mornings. My father had one. A kid from rural poverty who dreamed his way onto a basketball court and coached his way into a Hall of Fame. Nobody streamed that dream to him. He authored it. It cost him. He paid. Now be honest with me. And more important, be honest with you. How many of the dreams in your head right now did you actually author? And how many were delivered? Because that's the second externalization. Somewhere along the way, we stopped dreaming and we started subscribing. The screen dreams for us now, friend, and it's frighteningly good at it. Shows you the life, the body, the house, the vacation, the outrage, the enemy. A full buffet of pre-cooked longing, hot and ready, no labor required. You didn't hunt it, you didn't grow it, you didn't even cook it. You walked up with your tray and it was just there. And a buffet dream has one job that your own dream never had. It's designed to keep you at the buffet. Your own dream wants you to leave the table and go build something. The delivered dream wants you seated, scrolling, hungry in a way that eating never fixes. You know how you can tell the difference? An authored dream cost you something up front. Sweat, risk, embarrassment, years. A delivered dream is free up front and collects payment later, quietly, in the currency of your attention and your agency. My people, both sides of my blood, kept their dreams the old way, around fires, out loud, in stories that made the children responsible for tomorrow. That's analog dreaming. That's dreaming you have to chew. And here's the civic sting of the stalk. A nation that no longer authors its own dreams will accept anybody who hands it one. Doesn't matter how cheap the dream is. Doesn't matter how much hate it's marbled with. A starving man doesn't check the menu. That's the rot moving from the personal to the public. Same disease, bigger body. Stalk 3, externalized curiosity. Third stalk. This one, friend, this one, I believe, is the deadliest. Because this is the one that guards the other two. Curiosity. Curiosity is the immune system of a free mind. It's the part of you that asks, wait, is that true? Who told me that? What's on the other side of that hill? As long as your curiosity works, your hope and your dreams can be lied to. But they can't be held hostage for long, because sooner or later, you'll go check for yourself. So of course, that's the muscle the arena wants most. And we gave it up, gentlest of all. Nobody took our curiosity at gunpoint. We yielded it. That's the word from the line. And I choose it carefully. We yielded it. The way you sink into a warm chair. Why wonder when the feed already knows what you'll find interesting? Why question when your team has already issued the answer? Why explore when the buffet gets restocked every 4 seconds with exactly your favorite dish? And friend, understand what your favorite dish is on this buffet. It's outrage, seasoned to your personal taste. It's certainty. It's the warm, sugary confirmation that you were right all along. And they are exactly as bad as you had feared. An externalized curiosity doesn't ask questions anymore. It orders them, pre-answered. And now, I can finally show you the picture that started this whole essay. The two dogs, the two barks, libtard, cultists, left dog, right dog, teeth bared, absolutely convinced the fight in front of them is the whole world. Neither one curious. That's the detail that matters. Not stupid. I won't say stupid. These are my brothers and sisters, and some of them are smarter than me. Not evil, just incurious. Fully fed. Every question already answered by the team. Every enemy already assigned. Every dream delivered. Every hope pinned on a champion in the arena. And because neither dog is curious, neither dog ever does the one thing that would end the whole show. Neither dog looks up the leash. Because there is a leash, friend. There's always a leash. Runs from both collars, up the back, to hands that profit, in money, in power, in attention. Every single hour, those two dogs spend barking at each other. Instead of noticing, they're chained to the same post. And the hands don't care which dog is winning. The hands only care that the barking continues. The arena doesn't need a victor. The arena needs a crowd. Hope externalized gave the hands a savior to sell. Dreams externalized gave the hands an audience to feed. Curiosity externalized made sure nobody would ever check the kitchen. That's the machine. 3 stalks, 1 patch. That's the rot. And I said we all begin to rot, and I meant the all. I'm not narrating this from outside of the kennel. I've worn the collar myself. I've barked. There are days I catch my own eyes in the mirror of that arena glass, and I don't love the dog barking back. The lamp shines on the man holding it first. That's the rule. That's always been the rule. The turn. What the analog dog knows. So why the analog dog? Why does the corgi philosopher get to stand outside the gate? Not because he's smarter. Lord knows Edison has eaten things that argue against corgi genius. It's because an analog dog still feels the collar. That's the whole advantage. A dog that lives by his own nose, his own feet, his own patch of ground. The moment you put a leash on him, he knows. He feels the pull. He never mistakes the leash for the sky. The digital dog can't feel it anymore. The collar's been on so long, padded, so soft, personalized, so perfectly to the shape of his neck that it registers as self. He thinks the tug is his own conviction. He thinks the bark is his own voice. Analog isn't nostalgia, friend. I'm not telling you to churn butter. Analog is proximity. It's keeping your hope, your dreams, and your curiosity close enough to your own body that you'd notice if someone tried to walk off with them. Hope you carry yourself. Dreams you author yourself. Questions you ask yourself. Out loud, in the open, even when your own team growls at you for asking. That's the nettle patch. It stings. Authored dreams fail sometimes. Carried hope gets heavy. Real curiosity will cost you the comfort of your certainties, and maybe a few friendships that turned out to be team memberships. But it's food. It's the only food. Everything at the buffet is a picture of a meal. To close, questions for the fire. Now, this is the part of the show where a pundit would tell you what to do. 5 steps. Like and subscribe. Storm something or boycott something or buy something. I'm not going to do that. The whole sickness we just walked through is other people doing your inner work for you. So it'd be a hell of a thing for me to close by doing it one more time. Sid, I'm going to hand you the lamp just for a minute. I'm going to ask you to point it at the one person in the whole broken arena you actually have jurisdiction over. Sit with these. Don't answer them for the comment section. Answer them for the fire. Where does my hope live right now? In my hands, or in a name I could put on a yard sign? If that name lost or won or vanished tomorrow, would I still know how to build a Tuesday? Which of my dreams did I author? And which ones arrived fully cooked? When's the last time I wanted something that no screen ever showed me? When did I last change my mind? Not soften. Change. Followed a real reason somewhere my team told me not to go. And can I even remember what my own curiosity sounds like when nobody's feeding it? And when I bark, and I will bark, we all do, who am I actually barking for? My consciousness or my collar? That's it. That's the forage. 4 questions. A little sting of every one. And I make you no promises except the forager's promise. There is food in this patch. There is nutrition in these nettles. But nobody can chew it for you. The whole point is that nobody can chew it for you. The arena will still be there tomorrow. Lights blazing, buffet steaming, both dogs barking on schedule. It's not going anywhere, but neither is this fire. And the arena promises you a champion, my friend. That's all it's ever sold. The campfire only reminds you one small thing. The lights made you forget. You were a citizen before you were a fan. You were a forager before you were fed. And you were never, not for one day of your life, actually built for that collar. I'm Diogenes. This has been the Digital Campfire. Edison remains unleashed, unbarked, and unbothered. Finest analog dog I know. Walk the brambles, friends. Eat the nettles. Faith, family, forward. Diogenes, out.